Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this NXT review and opinions video. So this show was better than Raw, in my opinion. I think that the in-ring is better overall. I don't know that any match gets a higher score than the main event of Raw. Main event of Raw was very impressive with Julia and Roxanne and Io and Rhea. I don't think Fatal Influence could quite get us to that same level, but it was still pretty fun. I was still not down on it. Really loved Trick and Joe. I thought that was really good. Really enjoyed the Stacks and Tony thing as well. I wasn't bored with Thea Tatum. Tatum actually kind of being on her own and freaking out about it was kind of interesting. Myles, Ethan, I thought that was quite clever. The way that Myles could have lost his opportunity. Ethan, people can say that Ethan was never going to win, and maybe that was true, but I thought there was a way forward for him to win, actually. Because I think Myles, if he'd have been screwed over, then the fans would have got behind him more. They would have felt sorry for him. And Ethan would have had a load of heat because he didn't win that Battle Royal. And now he's managed to, worm his way into the main event of Battlegrounds. And so it gets more heat on Ethan. It gives us a bigger main event. I'm into Oba versus Myles, but Ethan being in that main event does make it bigger. So it would have given us a bigger main event. It would have put more heat onto Ethan. It would have built more sympathy for Myles. And so I could really see a way where they would have done that. Thankfully, they didn't. I really would like to see Myles get that opportunity, even though I don't think any of us are expecting him to win, but imagine if he did. But I thought that was a good match. It was just a shame that, I don't know, the crowd were a little quiet for it. Would have liked it to have been a lot more boisterous and tense and, people on their feet, really desperately getting behind Myles. It didn't really have that kind of attitude. Opening segment was fun with those chants at the start. He can't hear you. Myles can't hear you. And then the whole, you're not going to be Oba. You can't either chants. They were really fun. Wes Tony was okay. It was okay. Really, it was more to have Stacks interrupt, wasn't it? I like the high-rise name. I think that's good. Oba Charlie was okay. That was perfectly fine. I mean, good to see Oba in action. And overall, I was entertained. I was not bored. I think this is above Raw. And I'm probably going to go 6.5. Probably going to go 6.5. And honestly, I remember Big Time Baxter saying 6.25, and my first reaction was, that seems a little low. But actually, on reflection, there wasn't really anything here that was OMG. If you had missed this episode, you didn't really miss much. But I do think there was some fun stuff here. I do think it's a stronger episode than Raw. I think once again, NXT clears the main roster. We'll have to see how SmackDown does on Friday. And I enjoyed it, honestly. I enjoyed it. So let's see what you lot had to say. So Stuntman Mike said that main event was better than the one on Raw. So Stuntman enjoyed this one more. So actually, that prompts me to give you the match scores. So Oba Charlie was good 99. Wes Tony was good 99. Myles Ethan Page was good 100. Thea Tatum was good 99. Stephanie and Jordan against Fatal Influence, good 100, right? So none of them actually getting a great score, but look, it's up for debate, isn't it? Those are just the community scores. Hasib didn't enjoy it. He gave it a 4. He said, I haven't watched NXT in a while. I heard about the hype, so I gave it a go and I was bored. I sacrificed the NBA playoffs for this. I know I won't tune in again for a good while. However, Stacks Tony thing was fun. Been calling for this on the main roster. So, Hasib not a fan tonight. Wrestling fan said, I thought NXT was fine. It wasn't special. I did enjoy the Tony and Stack segments. Probably my favourite part of the night. Well, my favourite part of the night is right here. Chanel said, good and bad bits. Myles Borne getting the chance to shine is freaking awesome. He is so similar to Randy. It's ridiculous. I love the new, more aggressive version of my fave, Tatum. Don't get Steph at Mike again, and Nikita Lyons needs to be off my TV as soon as possible. I don't like her, said Chanel. Don't give Steph a mic again. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, well, she did get a little bit lost, didn't she, with that in-ring thing. It's the weak area for her, isn't it? She looks amazing. She's a brilliant wrestler, but unless she's speaking in her native tongue, it's not brilliant. Johnny says 10 out of 10, though. I agree. Homer said, where are we watching the Max Payne farewell show? I probably won't, to be honest. Homer, shout out to you. Take a 1990 said, NXT was 8 out of 10. Days, if Julia and Roxy are more than likely to be moved up to Raw, then do we think Stephanie gets called up? WWE will put her on SmackDown? Shout out to you, my friends. I mean, I don't think there's anything that says that she needs to stay in NXT because, if she goes, we've got Jordan Grace. We've got Jada Parker. We've got Lola Vice. Like, there's Kalani Jordan. Like, there's plenty of women. We keep praising how stacked this women's division is. And I know we've lost Roxanne, Cora, and Julia. That is a big blow. And if we lose Stephanie, that would be another big blow. But we know the women's division is okay. This women's division can still survive without all of those women. So, yeah, she could get called up. I don't think there's a reason to kind of keep her down in NXT for an extended period. The only thing would be if they just want to let some of those other girls cook a little bit longer so that they're a little more advanced, a little more developed when they do take Stephanie away. So, don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll have to see. But yeah, if she does go up and go over to SmackDown, no arguments from me. Alpatata said, great wrestling. Crowd was way better than the main roster. D'Angelo family have better segments than Seth's new faction. Stephanie being proud of herself for remembering how to pronounce TNA made my night. 8 out of 10, says Alpatata. Brendan, shout out to you. Watchers Council said, I'm going to score tonight's episode a 7. Nails and NY said, in-ring segment, backstage segment, match, and backstage attack, 4 appearances is like 40 out of 10. It was excellent stuff. No notes. Enjoyed this picture. Ego maniacs. Nails and NY, thank you. Matthew said it was a great show and very good contract segment between Joe Hendry, Trick Williams. And in my honest opinion, the TNA Championship should main event Battleground and hopefully use the TNA commentary team. 8 out of 10. See you for SmackDown. See you for SmackDown, buds. Landon, the Chosen One, said they never addressed whether Rizzo was okay or not. They didn't, actually. That's a really good point. And I don't think I've seen a tweet out or anything. Alex said, I'm left confused. So 4.5. What are you confused about, buds? You should have popped it in. We could have tried to have helped. Rare Breed said, I'm going to give it a 7. Myles' match was really good and surprised he got the win over Ethan. Tony D family story is exciting and I wonder what happens to the Riz. To be honest, I was busy chatting with the wonderful community about music. That was my highlight of the night. So thank you, Daze. Rare Breed, shout out to you, dudes. Chris said, Daze, fun watch. Much better than Raw. 6.5. You and me, mate. Is the Riz okay? We all want to know that. Maybe she's in cahoots with Stacks. Really like the contract signing not being in the ring, so it didn't just get hijacked by the crowds. I hope your boy Trick Willie knows how to rap, so do I. That might not be the best look. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about it. If it goes wrong, I'll just secretly say I was a Joe Hendry fan all along. Carl said, solid, better than most of Raw. Love the Tatum crash out, but at the same time, it's quite sad. Stacks better not mess with Riz. And always better when Stephanie's on and getting dubs. But I'm about to write JG a strongly worded email for ending the match before we got a devil's kiss. Carl, shout out to you. I didn't even think of that we never got the devil's kiss. Mitchell said, I thought it was a fairly okay episode. Nothing really to write home about. The in-ring felt a little bit meh, and for some reason the production felt off. Like they kept putting in pre-recorded segments and it threw off the pace. I think I'm going to go 6.25, 6.5. I think that's fair. Las Vegas Matt said, women's division far more entertaining and interesting than the men's. Feels like with Fraxium gone, a guaranteed banger of a match is now missing each week. You could argue that NXT are doing too many backstage segments and ultimately need better storylines. 6.5, just okay. Spiller said, way better than Raw, but a step down from last week's NXT. But it was still a good show. I enjoyed the matches. Main event was fun. The signing was done very well. I agree with you. We should do more like that. I'll give the show an 8, but anytime I see Stephanie, it is a 10. Parker TV Time said, why did we have Ethan lose on a dropkick and then a roll-up? It seemed weird to me. And it was a strange finish, actually. And been loving Tony and Stacks. It's really good. I don't know why we are going back to Ethan Ricky when Ethan just had a match with him. We need to get Ethan with Braun and Seth, says Parker Tiffy Time. Pray News of Sports said, it was okay. John Elite said, really like that Tatum has gone unhinged. I thought Charlie and Oba was going to be a squash. I'll be surprised if Myles dethrones Oba. We all will. I'm looking forward to Battleground next week. Love that the TNA title is going to be defended on a WWE PLE for the first time. History. Raymond, shout out to you, buds. Said, Daze, here's my thoughts on NXT. The show was good, and I really enjoyed every match. Plus, NXT has always been my favourite show to watch on a Tuesday. With that being said, I'm going to rate it tonight a 7.25. Shout out to you, and I will see you for SmackDown. See you later, buds. Wrestling Fan Since Day One said 6.75, maybe 6.5. It was okay. My question is, what era of NXT is the best matches, pay-per-views? This one or Black and Gold's? Black and Gold for me. I think this one has done an excellent job of getting us back to a Black and Gold feel. It's got a Black and Gold vibe. The only thing I would say is I find the crowd to be a bit small. I'd love to know how many fans were in Full Sail compared to how many are in the WWE Performance Center. Because I really feel like there's less there now. I feel like there's less of a crowd than what we had at Full Sail. And I just think that back then, we had Sami Zayn, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka, Alistair. Do you know what I mean? I know the names we're looking at now may go on to achieve big things, but if you look at the talent that came through in like 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, I mean, it's Alexa Bliss. It's Liv Morgan, who wasn't brilliant back then, to be honest. But do you know what I mean? Like, there's some amazing, amazing talent that came through at that time. And I don't know, are we going to talk that way about Carmelo Hayes? Are we going to talk that way about Trick Williams and Oba Femi? I would imagine we will, but we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? But I think we knew that when Kevin Owens was coming through, Sami Zayn was coming through, Finn Balor was coming through, I think we knew that they were going to go to the main roster and make a big impression. So, yeah, for me, I would have to say Black and Golds. I just remember the takeovers and each one just being, well, I thought better than the last. It was kind of like they won't be able to beat the last one, and then you're watching it and they do. And it's like, this is just insane. This is so good. And the tag division was on fire as well. I mean, the tag division was the Revival, DIY, American Alpha, the Ascension. Oh, so good. Black and Golds, so good. But this period we're in now, this new era with Sean, moving out of that 2.0, this is, for me, the second best period. 2.0 was pretty garbage. The pandemic era was pretty garbage. The kind of initial era where we're finding our feet was okay, but it got better as they kind of got settled. And the game show bit, that was strange. That was strange. It'd be really interesting, actually, to kind of rank all of those. But for me, black and gold. Number 1. Juan said, I'm happy they kept Tatum Paxley because after what we saw tonight, I think we have something here. And Brady said, I love what Tatum Paxley did tonight. What? Cheat? Okay. But I'm sad that literally everything was taken away from her. Brady, thank you. There we go. I would go over to the poll, but I'm late doing it again. I am a disgrace. I need to get those polls so that they automatically kind of go up themselves. I'll work on that. So there we go. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.